Great, so we're just going to read some letters and go from there.
Yeah, that's the idea. Questions from your fan.
Oh, excited. Wow, a whole fan.
Yeah, one whole fan. Same shirt as last time, huh?
Oh, no, I just have a lot of them.
Look who's back! Guess somebody was a little bit more popular than first expected. I have questions. Look, a bunch. From fans, probably. Let's see. Dear Devis, who the shit let you out of the hells, you two-messed walking turd?
Dear Elandra, are you single? From a horny, sad, sentient being. At least this'll piss my mom off.
Okay, dear Ralph Humanman, did you wind up getting the job of Yuan-ti Broodguard? From Nick Fellheimer.
Dear Devis, eat shit. Dear Devis, eat shit. Dear Devis, eat runny shit. Dear Devis, I would feed you into a wood chipper feet first if it meant we got Lita back.
Well. Yeah, alright, you got me back. And what is it I can do for you?
Well, sir, you got a message from a viewer.
We mutually decided that I would be free to explore other exciting opportunities, and they wouldn't eat me.
As a wild magic sorceress who is an adult and can make her own choices, Mom, I'm a little unlucky in love. I did meet this one guy who said he owned his own place, but then he turned out to be an earth genasi, and the place was a hole in the ground.
Alright, well, I'm afraid that if I touch that letter, it might start glowing and rise up into the air on its own and start reading itself, and I really don't want to deal with anything like that.
Dear Devis, I know that you've done more than you talked about in your PSA. Come clean, you broken down bagpipe. Oh, I get I'm full of air and covered in plaid. I get it.
I mean, it would have been fine, except his hole in the ground was a studio. And he had a roommate.
Fine. You don't want to know what I did? You want to know what I did? Fine. Let's fucking dance.
But as they say, when a door closes, a window of opportunity opens. And I have never met a window that I won't dive straight through. Unless it's stained glass, which I've learned. I'm not welcome in churches.
His roommate and I, though, we hit it off and he was cute. I thought I was in for a wild night. But then he showed me his bed and they both sleep on the same air mattress. Gods, no thank you. I mean, please, have a little self-respect.
I once fed an Arakakra fried chicken. And I didn't tell him what it was.
Let's see. Have you ever been in love? From Duncan Parker Newton Gaines.
Well, Duncan, actually, you know what? As much as I abhor quests and journeys and the like, love is one adventure that I can get behind.
I would like to take this moment to apply to be the first male Hannya. I think that my college education has greatly prepared me for this role. I double majored in women's studies and herpetology.
I once replaced a party member's toothbrush with a mimic.
I met this one dwarf on Fetch Quest who looked nothing like his profile picture. I mean, in his picture, he had this big, red, bushy beard. I mean, just big and red and just...
As an added note, I've always felt that I work best with snakes and snake-like creatures. We both pursue our objectives with a silent focus. And when the time is right, we strike.
My dad used to have this delivery service. We delivered produce that we didn't like. We called it ugly food. And we'd take it out to different kingdoms. And there was just one kingdom. It was real far. It was pretty far away.
And then he shows up to the date clean shaven. I mean, he looked like a gnome. Except gnomes have chins.
I once invited a vampire into a house that I was couch surfing at. Dude was rad. Ate everybody though.
I went up to the castle and met the princess that lived in there. And we start to, talking, and we start to flirt, and, one thing leads to another. And, anyway, I kept coming back.
Am I okay working with bitter and malicious females? Well, have you met my mother-in-law? I'm kidding, of course. I'm still not married.
I once painted a Minotaur's room at the inn all red and refused to pay for the damages. Yeah.
But I had to make a delivery at night once, and I got there. And she looked completely different. She was all self-conscious about it too. She had green skin, real thick, which doesn't bother me at all.
Sex can be fun, but there's always the danger I might have a wild magic surge right in the middle of it. Like, I remember this one time I was with this guy, and we were in the throes of passion, you know what I mean? And suddenly all these flumps appeared, and they got a show. Little fucking voyeurs.
I once made a blood pact with a succubus. Actually, we ended up dating. She dumped me. Said I was too clingy. Oh, pulchritudinous. You vivacious, vivisecting vixen. Look, she was also kind of a...
We worked through it and then made a fun little game where I'd come kind of during the dusk and the dawn, right in the middle there, try to figure out which one she might show up at. Sometimes try to have it happen right in the middle of things, if you understand what I mean. Anyway, she's a good person. She married a Scotsman.
As the first male Hannya, I know that there will be some assumptions about what's going on behind closed doors. But let me assure you that I will be the model of respect and professional accountability.
I once tortured a tabaxi with a minor image of a laser pointer on the floor. Oh, little prick.
Alright, so one time I was out chopping firewood and came across these 3 fairies. One was in blue, one was in red, one was in green, something like that.
Now, I understand that I'll have to work up to become a full-fledged Hannya, all right? But I'm willing to start at an entry-level position, like maybe an unpaid internship, or working in the Coven's mailroom.
I once blew bubbles in a plasmoid party member, despite repeated requests to stop.
Look to the side of me and there's this beautiful, beautiful girl just sleeping. Just kind of dead to the world, so to speak.
Another time the same thing happened, except that time I accidentally cast mirror image on myself. You ever have a 5-way with a guy and 3 other versions of yourself?
I once sold a bag of holding as a portable nursery.
Anyway, I'm unloading it and I turn around. 3 fairies, buck-ass naked, right there in the center of the living room.
I didn't know my O-face looked quite like that.
And speaking of mail, I actually brought a recommendation letter from my herpetology professor in college. He writes that I am eager to learn, eager to please, and not so bad to look at either. No, he wrote overly scrupulous.
And I thought, well, is this going to be awkward? And you get one fairy on your face and you get one fairy down below and you get another one around the corner. You're not thinking about their lazy roommate.
I have personally licked the face of every single party member I have ever had while they slept.
And to demonstrate the care and thought that I would bring to any Hannya community, allow me just to warm this up for you. Right? And oh, shit!
My ex-boyfriend left me because we were doing adult things, and I accidentally turned into a potted plant, and he liked it so much that he left me. For Sunlight, the Dryad.
So another time I was in the city somewhere and I took a left and I took a right and just started getting lost down these alleys. Felt like I was in a real labyrinth. Anyway, took another left. Long story short, I fucked David Bowie.
That they looked like? They did the like that looked at like? Looked at how did they looked at like?
Well, this piece.
That was so good! Action.
Now I understand that I'll have to work up to be in the Hannya. I get it. Okay, I'm done.
You flew too close to
I
the
flew too
sun. Rolling. Action.
My brain stopped, so hold on.
Oh, what's your name? Good old what's your name?